One Piece chapter 1119 titled Emeth. And wow, last chapter, let's just say last chapter, Cliff Note, it did end out as in having two Gear 5th people on the scene, but to be more exact, was we're about to see some Toon Force in this chapter. What I mean by Toon Force, I mean by a lot of bullshit that's going to go on this chapter. So, where we left off, back at one of the ruins of Egghead, one of the buildings, go Stussy. And you just hear Stussy and Kaku in the room where the Straw Hats were recovering, and they all are at the recovery room. Not recovery room, but monitoring room. Stussy or Kaku says, "You knew this would be my response, right? Friends don't make me laugh. I did respect you have, or you were a relentless associate, but nothing will sway Lucci when he comes back." Makes sense. I mean, Lucci is a stumble throughout the chapters and anime episodes. Ugh. And then Stussy says, "Kaku, and he immediately yells, 'Leave!' I mean, I would be shocked. I would be mad, backstab. Not only your comrades and lie, but you kind of did this and that." Same thing with same thing with Lucci did to Straw Hat those years. Yeah. Cuts back to where we left off, where Luffy and Bonnie are now in Gear 5th Nika form, which is we'll see what's about to get in this. And Luffy said, "This is going to be a blast." Interesting. So will Bonnie be able to, well, they're gonna explain it too, but in this chapter, one of the giant Marines are shocked to see this. It's what the hell, there's two of them, double the Toon Force, not just one, but double the time. Now, one of the Gorosei starts flying towards Luffy and Bonnie, and one of the Gorosei says, "Don't get ahead of yourself." He starts blasting a fire breath towards Luffy and Bonnie in a giant warrior pirate ship that's currently, mind you, is on fire right now. And Luffy says, "Guys, nothing gonna hurt these things, even if they're sliced up or crushed," which is true. So we don't know if the Gorosei have devil fruit or not, or do they just not human, period. Which that's why I want you to give it your all and hurl me at him full force. So he's basically telling his the rest of the Straw Hat, Frankie, Sanji, Bonnie, to attack him with all they got, and then hurl him towards to one of the Gorosei. Sanji's like, "So all we gotta do is throw you straight at it, right?" And then Frankie says, "Oh, give it our all, huh? You asked for it." He's like, "All right, bet." Wait, like Luffy has a Toon Force face, so we're gonna attack Luffy? Why? Luffy got a plan. Trust me, those battle instincts kick in when you least suspect. Now, Sanji makes a good point. Say, "All right, captain's orders or absolute, Bunny." And he said, "Ifrit," and Sanji goes into his Ifrit Janbei Hell, and Frankie uses his move, Impactful Strong. Bonnie was just looking at those two and said, "Oh, alright. I guess I'll try. It better not backfire." And she charges or uses one of the Luffy moves, I believe. All right then, Giant Nika, memories, right punt. And Luffy felt that and he says, "Yeah, ouch, that hurts." And as soon as they hit him, they threw all their attacks at Luffy, which he then says, "Gum gum, booming dawn balloon," and sends one of the Gorsei's all the way to wherever the hell they end up sending. But let me just tell you, do you believe not one Gorosei was after? Oh, hell no. Last chapter I did say, and I quote, 4 out of the 5 Goroseis are after Luffy and Bonnie. So you took out one Gorosei. You got 3 left. So in that case, where's the others? I'm pretty sure Samurai Gandhi is, let's just say, on his way too, but that would bring the count up back to 4. Now, alright, it's gone, Luffy says. It won't be back anytime. We'll see. Now, one of the giant warrior pirates, Broggy says, "Let's get going, guys." And they'll scream, "Yeah!" Oh, here's well, anyways. What about Usopp and the others? They were meant to fly down and beat us here. here, but they're late. We don't know where they are. Now, it could, I mean, like I said, they're probably still fighting Samurai Gandhi, which Samurai Gandhi engaged Zoro and Jinbei, which that's a whole can of worms that we don't need to be diving into, which I think that's going to be off screen wherever the hell they are. Now, Atlas tells Sanji, I'll go check and see if they're doing anything. And Sanji says, Atlas, Sean. Immediately, Atlas thinks, oh shit, you know what? Whoever's relaying what are we doing, why they targeting us, York is monitoring us. Lilith, we are... Now, it skips over. And so the Gores say initial first plan backfire. How did it backfire? Well, remember their first priority was to stop the broadcast and entirely, like, completely stop from revealing what's going on. True, that's what they did. They destroyed the robot, they sunk it to stop the broadcast. However, they don't know that the Iron Giant responds to not only Gear 5th commands of one satellite, Atlas or Lilith per se, but it also responds to Gear 5th Luffy, or Luffy in his Gear 5th form, which is Joy Boy, or the drums of revolution per se. So right now, when it was sunk, or when Luffy was out of his Gear 5th form, let's just say the robot completely stopped working. Oh no, where's Joy Boy? I lost track of. That's what he said at the end chapter. But now that he sends two of them suckers on the surface, and you just see in this panel one of the broadcast is starting to come back, and Vegapunk still finishes what he says. Nothing. You just see one of the cats starting to pick up. Nothing of the sorts. That's why. And it comes back to Whole Cake Island. You got Katakuri and rest of the Big Mom Pirates. But it says, one of them says in the crowd, huh? Whoa. And continues, that Cecil sensely inherited as aspect. We can call it a will, and apparently we kind of missed that during the last broadcast. Or when, as soon as Vegapunk was gonna reveal it, it cut off, and then it was like after Vegapunk revealed what the will of D was, it kind of went after, said that part, and then continued on. Anyways, everybody says what he's talking about. It's on, and everybody realizes, the signal's back. What is it, a bad signal? And York realizes the broadcast is transmitted again, which, like I said, the Gorosei's first objective was to eliminate the giant robot and the broadcast, which they did and failed, and now they're back to basically square one. York relays what she's seeing. Elders, it's just interrupted the transmission, and to those elders, you just interrupted the transmission. The snail's memory circuit is still intact. You have to destroy it directly if you want to shut it down for good. So it failed. And Vegapunk says, continues, and to those that have suffered for this, I can only pray my voice reaches you. And Luffy looks up and is like, what the hell? Huh? What the? Looks up, and you just see tons of debris falling, along with the Cypher Pole Agent Zero, not Cypher Pole, but Cypher Pole agents falling down, which is Zero. And the Marines says, oh, we gotta save them. I mean, how many Cypher Pole agents did y'all actually going? That's actually on AK right now. Catch them all or they'll die. And they're all falling out of the sky. How they're falling out the sky? Well, remember Samurai Gandhi went up to one of the island clouds, upper levels of the stratum, and just sliced horizontal, mind you, the upper stratum, and the whole building got sliced. So that's what I'm trying to relay. The whole building got sliced, which, goddamn, that shows you how strong Samurai Gandhi. Now the sea is rocking, mind you, and everybody says, what's that shaking? It's one of the Gorsei's that has one of the forms of a warrant saying, look, old timers, that monster spin them out. It's like a fountain, and now it's gonna come after Luffy and the Giants, and it's trying to suck them in with kill them, basically. Obviously, it's gonna suck us in. Move it, damn it! After all the progress we made made, pulling us back. Furl the sails and use the oars instead. In response to the worm sucking them in, sandworm, Luffy punches the worm in the face, which cuts his vacuum off completely. Says, "You bastard," and socks him, and then that stops him. And now you got another Gorosei, which I did say, and just one you got to worry about is 4 out of 5. That's going. The boar comes in, and Luffy tries attacking it again with this time with Gear 5th form again, which doesn't work because his skin is so thick it wasn't able to pierce through his defense, which that's bad. Which Luffy emphasized, damn it, the boar's heading right for you, look out. His skin is really tough, which that's what I said, it won't be able, Luffy won't be able to make direct contact because I think it's because his hockey is so damn strong, Luffy can't pierce his defense. However, and the boar's coming closer and closer to the ship, but then out of the ocean, whirlpool is forming underneath, and you just see, by the way, Bonnie wasn't able to hold on to her Gear 5th form, Nika form, same thing as Luffy, only because she hasn't been at that, like I said, pretty sure everybody else can. Gear 5th Luffy, or Gear 5th, in fact, takes a lot of energy, which it burns a lot of energy. That's why Luffy needed to eat lots of food to get some energy for the Gear 5th and to make it last as long as it needed for them to get away from the damn Egghead Island. Don't know how many minutes are we talking about, even if he's at like full strength, but if it's like, oh, this is just a emergency food, let me just, I would say 2 minutes, but if it's like full healthy, no going Gear 5th right off the gate, say 30 minutes. We'll see. So Bonnie's out of commission because she can't hold on to her Gear 5th form like Luffy can, because that's, like I said, it's new for her. It puts a lot of stress and tires her out quick, like any other Luffy's ability. Gear 2nd is one of them too. But anyway, a giant figure comes out, and Luffy notices, so what the hell was that? The hell? Dorian Broggy notices too. The Iron Giant rose from the ground, not from the whirlpool of water, and just socks one of the Gorosei that's boar, socks him and knocks one of his tucks, breaks it apart, socks him in the face, and pushes him back. Don't know how far he's swung on the Gorosei. Jesus Christ. And voice says, "Joy Boy, the time is at hand. Listen up, Emeth, the time is at hand." The time. Now, Dorian says, "What the hell is that?" And Luffy, like Luffy fashion, a robot. The romance lives on. Chapter and 1019. And final thoughts. Well, so a bit of a short chapter in my opinion, but forget that. The giant robot, like I said, responded to Luffy and Bonnie in their sun god form, which that's okay. However, Bonnie got tired out. Like I said before, she can't hold on to Gear 5th form like Luffy. Put stress on her body and tires her out. So I'm pretty sure Bonnie is not as a big of appetite like Luffy is, because in Luffy's case, he needs that lots and lots of food. Gear 5th burns a lot of energy, not normal energy, but it burns a lot. Same thing with Gear 4th, and he needed rest because of his hockey. In this case, Luffy needed his hockey and energy, which is rest. Well, I don't know how long does it take for, you know what, I'll dive into that. My surprise is the Iron Giant, which we got a name now, so it's not a giant robot. The Iron Giant is called Emeth, and it rose up and socks one of the Gorosei in the face. Mind you, in turn, breaking the tusk in half, which, damn. So, next chapter, which is break 2. Next week is break. So, we won't get this chapter next week, but we get a week. So, I would say July the 11th or the 12th is chapter drop. Which, does that mean Luffy and Emeth is about to have attacked? No, in that case, if Emeth helps out Luffy, if Luffy tells Emeth to protect us while we leave and get away far enough, Gorosei, it would probably do so on Luffy's command, since he's Joy Boy and Sun God Nika and Gear 5th. So I think the Iron Giant is only responding to Gear Luffy and his Gear 5th because it's only be able to recognize Luffy or the Gear 5th Luffy or Joy Boy while it's in that current. Who knows? I mean, this is what I took from it though. Another thing, like I said about that broadcast being up. Now that the broadcast is on, it's ooh boy. So my thing is, what else does Vegapunk have to say? Or what else is he hot? Yeah, what else is he hiding? Because that's an interesting thing you gotta realize. Because we missed what the Will D was, because the broadcast got cut off midway of discovering what the Will D was. But I think Vegapunk's gonna, like I said, is gonna reveal more what's in store, and everybody's gonna hear it. Think of the world government. Say, oh, so you just signing all this shit. So the war is gonna sink. Basically, everybody's around this came to the conclusion. Oh, this is a bunch of bullshit. Oh well. The world's gonna sink. What can you do? What else? I'm trying to think. I guess like I said, 4 out of 5 Gorseis are fighting against Luffy and the giant world pirates, while Samurai Gani's dealing with Frankie, Sanji, and the rest. Or actually, not Sanji and the rest, but Nami and Zoro. So I think they're all But anyways, this whole situation is stunning. I mean, out of every arc, I think Egghead arc is the most saddest but most informing arc we ever had throughout the years. Man, this when the anime gets to this point, all bets are off. You already know. But if you like this chapter or this video, subscribe and like this video. Comment down below if you think Emeth is gonna beat 1v1 4 out of the 5 Gorseis. Because concerning the way he rose up and socked the boy in the face and the tusk cracked in half, I think he was able to injure that's another thing. He was able to injure one of the Gorseis that Luffy couldn't even injure. I mean, he was able to injure some of them, but it was the board that Luffy was having a problem with because his defenses was super duper high that Luffy couldn't even stop it or hurt it. So Emeth was able to break through the defense, and you already know. I mean, I already told you last chapter. Thanks for watching, and see you again. And share this with your friends and family, anybody else that loves anime. See you again, and see you next adventure. Later.